From the DJC Collectibles Studio, I'm Midwest professional wrestling legend Gage Octane. And now, here's a guy who found a deal, explained it to himself, and still bought it, Kyle Peterson.
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, back again with episode number 71 of the Kyle Peterson Show. And with me as usual, my co-host, a girl that doesn't just like to party, but is the party.
Party, see you.
Angie. Angie, say hello.
Hello.
Hello, Angie. How are you? Looking ready for summer.
Small.
You're looking ready for summer in that summertime dress? Look at you. Look at you. But Angie, we got a lot of stuff to dive into. Of course, I've been on the road. You've been here. You've been to concert. You've been to vets. I've been all over. So we got a lot to chit chat here at the beginning. We got our usual segments. We got to try new foods that hopefully doesn't go as bad as last week's with that hot, spicy pepper that about killed me. Unbelievable.
I trauma blocked that out.
No, that was a rough one. That was a rough one for sure. But we're going to get into all of that. Before we get too far into it, got to thank the friends DJC Collectibles. Use Adolf DJC. Thank them for sponsoring the channel, of course. And of course, Angie, don't forget about Patreon. That's how we pay the bills around here, or at least we try to. Of course, Patreon memberships. You can also be a YouTube channel member. You get videos like this earlier, the podcast earlier, everything under the sun earlier. It is the best way to support the channel. And this month, Angie, over there, of course, at Patreon, we're giving away DC Collector's Edition McFarlane Toys. Wonder Woman is the giveaway this month. So if you're after this Wonder Woman figure, check out Patreon. That will be the giveaway. More detail is over there. Something like that.
You can just pretend like she's me.
That's true, Angie. You get Wonder Woman. You tried to get that top. We just couldn't find a top that fit you just right over the Halloween season. So you went Elvira.
The girls were too big.
That's right. Well, next year we're just going to wear the pasties, and that's what you're going to do. But you got to start thinking, Angie. I did see when I was in the Quad Cities, beautiful this time of year, Spirit Halloween was opening soon by the Target.
I was just going to tell you that. The one's open over by us.
Wow. So it's coming soon, which I guess we're in August now. I can't believe it. This summer has disappeared. Absolutely disappeared. Very sad in a lot of ways for me. I've had a very difficult year, Angie. A difficult year. It's all your fault. No. No. But it feels like summer's just escaping here. But that's the way it ends up going, I guess. But before you know it, it's going to be Halloween. We're going to film our Halloween episode. I already have my costume picked out. I got it last year on clearance from Target.
I already forgot what it was.
Angie already forgot what it was, so that'll be great.
I'll be surprised.
It'll be a nice surprise. And it's kind of like a dual use type thing, too. But I did get that there. So, Angie, you got to start thinking what you're going to be this year. You got any ideas? Nothing.
I'm just going to be like a piece of food.
A piece of cake.
Like a really easy one.
Yeah, you're real easy. I know how you are.
I'm a pizza.
You just open for business whenever you want. Just ask. Just ask. That's right. Right, Angie? Just ask. Just ask. It's up to you. Choose your own adventure. All right, Angie, let's get down to it. First off, we're going to go. I had to go to St. Louis this week. Yes, St. Louis, home to one Conrad Hauser Duke. Enemy ground right there is where I was. But I did take the Avenue of the Saints. I hit some stops along the way. I had to take care of some business along the way. How long do you think it took me? It was should have been about a 5-hour, 40-minute drive to St. Louis from our house. How long do you think it took me to get there? 9 hours?
8.
8 hours? Yeah, you're close. 12 and a half hours.
What?
I was on the road for 12 and a half hours that day. I had about 5 conference calls that were like around an hour or whatever. I had to pull over. Sometimes you can just get lucky and you can listen to the conference call and you're driving down the road. Not these ones. I had to present. I had to talk. I had to go through notes. I had to do stuff. So I had to pull off, and most likely I was in a Walmart or a Target parking lot as I took these. I'd stop at Walmart, I'd pee, I'd check for figures. I ate at KFC, and I thought I was living the dream. I'm down in Mount Pleasant, Iowa. Oh, it's beautiful. I recommend it. And I said, I'm going to go. Get this. I didn't even have this in the notes. I didn't even tell you this thing. Angie, you know my love for KFC.
Yes.
You know KFC is just a special place for me. I don't know. Something about it.
You and the Colonel.
Something about it just is special to me. I get down to this, so I'm like, all right, I'll hit this KFC. That'll be perfect for me. And I didn't want to get the bone-in chicken because I'm driving down the road. So I went, I said, oh, they have these popcorn chicken, like, meal things.
Yeah.
So I said, all right, I want this popcorn chicken. And then it came with, so I just wanted the popcorn chicken is what I wanted. And then somehow they messed up and they they messed up. They didn't take my order right. We'll get to that. But they gave me the deluxe box that comes with 2 chicken tenders.
Okay.
Thankful for this now, though. In hindsight, I'm thankful for this. They messed up. I'm like, whatever. It's the company's paying for this since I'm on the road working. It is what it is. So I got the 2 tenders and the popcorn chicken. I said, give me 2 barbecue sauces. 2 barbecue sauces. And I said, instead of French fries, I would like instead of French fries, mashed potatoes and gravy, of course. So I figured I would eat mashed potato gravy really quick as I was like pulling out, and I'd throw that out.
You love pulling out.
I have to, and then get the gravy. You know how it is, Angie.
Extra gravy.
That gravy is good. I love that gravy.
But when you get the box sets, you can't customize them. So
no, you can.
You can?
They let me, yeah. So they did. So they let me customize it, and you know all about the gravy. You know I love that mashed potatoes and gravy. Angie loves the gravy. The gravy tastes good, doesn't it, Angie?
The kids don't like the gravy.
No,
they say.
They are kids, but Angie, she gets every last drop of the gravy, let me tell you. But Angie, so I pull out and I get in there, I get going, and I was like, you know what, Mount Pleasant, I don't know, I'm going to check my order, make sure it's right. So I immediately look, and I see no spork in there. How am I supposed to eat these mashed potatoes? So I park over there, I run inside, and of course they don't have the sporks, they're behind the counter, so I had to wait for somebody. Finally got the spork. She's like, oh, sorry about that, or whatever. I go back out, I get in, and then I look, no napkins. Like, are you kidding me? No napkins here? So I have to go back in because you know how greasy it is. So I go in, I get the napkins. And then I look, so I'm getting ready to start my food, and I look at my drink. What?
Oh, I was just telling them. Oh, yeah, they can't hear me.
No. What?
Just keep going.
Oh, my God.
I was guessing that there was going to be no barbecue.
So then I looked and I ordered a Diet Mountain Dew. What did I have? Thankfully, it was a regular Pepsi. But I was like, you know what? I'm not going to go in. I'm like, I'll drink a Pepsi. That's fine. I wanted a Diet Mountain Dew, but I'll take a Pepsi. I don't know how you messed that up. I have no idea. So then I open up my container, and Angie's exactly right. No barbecue sauce. No barbecue sauce. So I had to go back inside this thing 3 times. He goes, no, the sauce is in there. It's inside the popcorn chicken. I'm like, no, it's not. And then I'm thinking to myself, well, I didn't look inside the popcorn chicken, but so maybe it is. And I didn't feel bad at this point because I've been in multiple times. I get out to the car, I open up the popcorn chicken. What do you think?
No.
No barbecue sauce in there. Are you kidding me? He's like, I'm sorry about it. You haven't come back in all these times. I'm just like, I'll never see you guys again. I'm never going to be here ever again. But it was very disgusting, the popcorn chicken. It was terrible. It was god-awful. Thank God I got those strips. Those were good. Mashed potatoes and gravy, always delightful. The Pepsi was fine. It hit hard on a hot day. And then the popcorn chicken.
You just didn't need those calories being in the car.
I had the first popcorn chicken was god-awful. Second one god-awful. Then I dumped it all outside the box. I'm like, do any of these look good? And I tried another one, and it was god-awful. I said, I'm done. I'm over. So then I pulled out of the parking lot right into a car wash parking lot. They had a big dumpster. I just went through the window, out, get rid of all that stuff.
No offense to you, but it was a wild move that you didn't check that everything was good before you went in.
How many times do you think there would be? I don't know. It sucked. So I didn't even have plans to talk about that. But I went all the way down to St. Louis, and I saw some people. I shook some hands, kissed some babies along the way. I had a good time on the way, even though it took me forever. And then the worst part was I got to town at rush hour traffic, and I got stuck for 40 minutes in the interstate there, just sitting there. I did have to call up my dad, so I killed time talking to him on that little part there, though. And then I got off the interstate for my exit. I did grab an Emo's pizza, beautiful this time of year. Hit hard on the Emo's. Emo's hitting hard. And then, of course, their pop machine was broken as well, so I had to bug the lady behind. It was a whole thing. But
did you take a picture of that pizza? I want to see what it looked like.
I did. I'll show you later.
All right,
I'll show you.
I can't wait.
I'll show you it later, But I did. I ate that, and then I got a small, and I ate the whole thing by myself because I was hungry because I didn't get any popcorn chicken. So I had that.
You went against what you said. You're like, I'm getting a large.
I didn't. And then I got stuck in traffic again, of course, as one does. And then I finally got to my hotel. And then I checked into this hotel. It was like downtown St. Louis. I could see the arch from my window. It was like the Arnaud or Arned. It was some fancy Hilton hotel. So I got my Hilton points. I'm sure I didn't even double check that. I'm sure they didn't give me my Hilton points because it was a group rate because the work booked it for us because it was a meeting. It was a whole thing. And usually I have to say, hey, don't make sure you get my Hilton points on here. I want my free hotel rooms. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure they forgot. I forgot to double check that. I should have done that. But that's on me. That's on me.
But you weren't double checking anything.
This hotel was weird too. You had to check in on the 9th floor. I'm looking around the first floor. And then I walk in and like I miss the sign. They have a sign, check in on the 9th floor. I immediately walk by that because I'm thinking I go through this corridor and there it's going to be, nope, there's the gym, there's the restaurant, there's artwork. What the heck? I walk around, I do a little onesie twosie.
Little loop-de-loop.
And then I see the sign, I'm like, okay. And then I go to the elevator. This elevator is closed, of course. Then I find the other elevator. I get up there, I get to the 9th floor and it's some guy. Finally get checked in. He goes, what color room do you want, sir? And I go, what? And I'm tired. I've been on the road. It's been a long day. What color room do you go? I don't care. I don't care. And he's like, no, you pick color. Do you like burgundy? I said, I honestly don't care. Just give me a room. And it got yellow. I said, seriously, I don't care. All right, we're going to give you the green room. Luckily, green, one of my favorite colors. But I said, that's fine. Like, I could care less. And then let's see, I went to bed, did the whole thing. Yeah. That next morning, though, first thing, I go down to breakfast for the meeting. We have the meeting conference room and all this. And one of the workers I work with, first thing he says, hey, Kyle, how's it going? How was your trip? Good. What color room did you get? And I'm like, I just looked at him like, I got green. He's like, oh, I got bright yellow. I'm like, man,
A bright yellow room was not the vibe. Sleeping.
It was not the vibe. I slept about 3 hours. I can never sleep in a hotel room. I just need your cushion behind me, I guess, is what I need.
You also need me to drive so you can be a passenger princess. That would have gone a lot smoother.
Maybe I could have, yeah.
Then we got there in like 6-7 hours.
6-7, of course. But yeah, then I could have took my conference calls and we could have just kept moving down the road. But no, not today. But I couldn't sleep at all. It was just one of those things. And I had videos to edit. I had paperwork. And I'm getting farther and farther behind at work. It's just killing me. There's so much. It's just too much for one man to handle. Mm-hmm. It's how Angie says, it's too much for me to handle whenever I come in the room. That's what you say. It's just too much.
Just halvesies.
It's just too much to handle. But I don't know. So anyways, had meetings for a couple of days. I wowed on a 3-hour presentation. I put it all out there. I let it all out there on the field, laid it all out. And where that goes, I don't know. But then we did go to the Cubs Cardinals. We are the sponsor of the St. Louis Cardinals, so we get the suites apparently one time a year. Our vice president threw out the first pitch, and they said for a second, Kyle, would you be interested? I said, are you kidding me? Let me throw out the first pitch. And then, oh yeah, Matt's got it. I'm like, oh my gosh. I said, you know how good of content that would be for the channel? I could have got that for the channel, thrown out the first pitch of the Cardinals and Cubs.
Oh, what if we would have done a bad job?
I could have Baba Booeyed it. You never know what might happen. But I think I would have been okay. But went to the suites, Angie, and guess what I ate? Did I tell you what I ate at the suites?
I don't think so.
I don't think I did. I didn't tell you. I sat by a good friend of the channel, Jim Park, a former finance guy, sales planning, a good guy. We sat together and shot the breeze all night. And he was my pizza buddy in Chicago last time we had meetings as well. Known Jim for 11 years. When you say salt of the earth, that's the definition of the salt of the earth. Jim's a real one. You know, when I went to the Mattel Revealed and you were there with me, Angie, Jim was the only one that watched it. At work. He was the only one. He was the only one that watched it. So kudos to Jim Park. A shout out to him, of course. But we sat there, but I was like, oh my gosh, I'm starving because that day. So then this day I had to work. We had a break for lunch. What do you think Kyle had to do during the lunch break? I had to get on a conference call is what I had to do. Had to get on a conference call during the lunch break. So it was a fiasco. It was a whole day. So they had like fajita type things, like a fajita bar thing. And I got the littlest fajita ever. And it was no good. And it was cold because I was trying to eat. And it's a whole thing. I was fired up. So then I go to the St. Louis Cardinals game. And the Cubs Cardinals were in the suite. We're like a young Zach and Cody. We're hanging out in there. It's a good time. And they had nachos. They had hot dogs. They had bratwurst. They had hamburgers. They had barbecue brisket sandwiches. Ooh. And then they had like brownies, cookies, unlimited bar. I did not drink. I knew it would be bad news if I drank, so I didn't.
Especially because you havened for a while.
I haven't for a while.
One drink, you would have been like red faced,
and I would have been set off. I would have been who knows. And I ended up drinking Cokes. I had Cokes, just regular, straight, the full throttle Coke.
You went hard.
He goes, Diet Coke. And I said, do I look like I want Diet Coke? Hit me with the hard stuff. That's what I said. So I had a
full
Coke.
Sugar, baby.
But I didn't eat all that stuff at the same time. But I had the brisket sandwich. I had a hamburger. And I had some nachos. And I had one cookie. Just one cookie. I'm just going to eat this cookie. That's what I said.
I would have lit up that brownie station.
You would have lit up the brownies. And then you would have been shoving those hot dogs. You would have said, look, I can take all 12 inches. So you eat the whole thing. And that's what you would have done. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. But I had some of that. They had sauerkraut there if you were interested in that. And your bratwurst too. But it was a good game. It was a pitcher's duel, Angie. A pitcher's duel. 0-0, ninth inning, 0-0, went into extra innings. The 10th inning, the Cubs got a little action, and they scored 2 runs. I'm like, uh-oh, it's the bottom of the 10th. Cardinals better show up. 3 runs. They won the game. The Cardinals won.
Wow.
Wild times.
Weird game.
Weird game. It was a weird game, but it was nice. I haven't been to a baseball game in forever. I think the last time I went to a Major League Baseball game was about 15 years ago. And in a plot twist, that was for when I worked for the Nabisco Corporation. We had the suites for that as well one time. So I don't know. I don't think you and I have ever been to a Major League Baseball game.
We went to that thing, but it was like a high school thing for my nephew.
Oh, well, yeah, that doesn't count.
No.
That's high school baseball.
But we were in the place.
But we could go to AAA baseball, but nobody in the family will go to any of those games with me. But when I was a kid, every summer, my dad, we'd go to the Mall of America or we'd go to Kansas City that summer. And if we went to Kansas City, we'd go to Kauffman Stadium and try to catch the A's versus the Royals. Always wanted to see the Bash Brothers. Never got to see Jose Canseco. Every time I ever went to an A's game, he was either injured or he just randomly was off that day, which was a wild thing. So I never got to see Jose Canseco live and in person, which was really disappointing. My favorite player of all time is what it is. But then I went to bed in St. Louis, put my head down one last time, and then got up early and drove home to St. Louis. And I had to go stop by way of Springfield, Illinois, Angie. In Springfield, Illinois, Cody Rhodes at the Walmart with the meet and greet. Star-crossed lovers, me and Cody. And there was a house show in Springfield that night. I had to go do some work business there, so I was there for a while. So I'm going to swing by this Walmart, see what's going on. The line started at 9 p.m. the night before. First 200 got to see Cody. I think if I got there about 9:30 in the morning, I think if I would have gotten in line, I would have got to meet Cody. But I was like, you know me, how much time I have. I was working. I had a work day, and I had to travel home. I had a 7-hour drive that day. But there was no way I was sitting there from 9:30 to 3 o'clock or whatever to meet Cody. As much as I would like to, I just couldn't do it. I had to get on the road, had to work, had to do all that kind of stuff. And yeah, that's just the way it goes. But I did hit a lot of stops on the way home. And I'm thinking about moving to Illinois. I got recognized 6 times in Illinois. 6 times between Targets, Walmarts, and Portillo's. I did get Portillo's for lunch. And in a plot twist, it would not take my corporate credit card. So I don't know what happened there. So then I ended up using my own money for it. I'm like, what am I doing? They should be paying for my bill here. Anyways, I did eat that, and I had quite time, but I got recognized 6 times. Crazy. And I was like, well, and everybody said, like 3 of them said, wait, I didn't know you live in this town. I'm like, nope, I'm just driving through, just traveling through. They're like, wow, that's wild. I watch your videos and stuff. So shout out to the real ones out there. But Angie, do you remember the real one of the week when we went to Raising Cane's on Monday?
Yes.
You want to tell that story?
No, because you'll tell better. Go ahead.
You'll tell better. I don't remember. You tapped me on the shoulder, remember? Well,
I don't even know how he sensed that he was there. So we're in cars, both in turning lanes. And like someone next to us, I was basically trying to get our attention. And I look over and he's holding up his phone with Kyle's video playing. Why did
it was weird. Yeah,
crazy.
We went to Raising Cane's. I forget. We were running errands or something. And the kids love the Raising Cane's. And I'm over it. But I said, I'll take one for the team, as I always do. So we went to Raising Cane's. But we get to the stoplight out of the Raising Cane's. We're sitting there. And Angie's like, look. And next door to us, yeah, there's a guy, and he's got the phone going, and it's one of my videos. He's giving me one of those. Is that you? And I'm like, are you kidding me? What is this? And I'm like, do I know this? And I didn't know who this was. And he's like, do you know him? I'm like, no. And then I look, and I saw it was Missouri license plates, which was funny, too. I said, well, he's from out of town. I was like, what are the odds of this small world? Well, we get home. I get an instant message from, shout out to Chad, that's who it was, follower of the channel, and we have spoke before in messages and stuff, but you just don't realize who you're talking to. We've never met in person and all that stuff, but good friend of the channel. But what are the odds there? He's up here from Missouri for work travels and just happens to be in our neck of the woods, sees both of us at the light. Small world, if there ever was one.
I know, we should have rolled down the window and said hi, but we were like, it was such a weird, it was like we were in shock. Not in shock.
I was like, what? Was weird. And then, of course, the light changes and you got to go. So it's one of those things. But that was pretty wild, I thought. So
yeah, that was funny.
That was a lot. There was a lot going on this week in travel. And then I was editing videos at night. I got ahead. It's a whole rigmarole, if there ever was one, Angie. But that's what I was up to. But then in a plot twist, while I was gone, Angie, you had some stuff too. You had to wrangle everyone around this house. You had to make sure the dogs were fed, the kids were fed, and all that kind of stuff. Angie, you took the dogs to the vet, and Elle was nice enough to go. I basically said, Elle, you're going to go help your mom take the dogs to the vet. Is there anything you would like to share about that experience, and how are the dogs?
It was horrible.
It was horrible. It was horrible.
We were there 2.5 hours. They kept running blood. We actually, each of them had something little wrong with them. So we had to keep waiting on like different blood work and different swabs. Oh,
so what was wrong with Domino? Let's go through the list.
Well, they had to check a lump on her chest, but it ended up being fine. It was just like one of those fatty tumors.
I've never noticed this on her, but I'll have to check that. You have to feel around for it.
Oh, and then her other thing, it's right like on her chest, you know.
Okay.
You can do a breast exam.
Yeah, I can.
And then her teeth are tartared really bad.
Why is it the littlest dogs always have the worst teeth tartar problems? That's a weird thing because like Lemmy is basically the same age and his aren't terrible, better than hers. I guess he flosses, apparently, Lemmy. I don't know. So then what was wrong with Lemmy? We knew he had something because he'd been chewing on his paws like a lot of dogs do this time of year.
So allergies, but he had gone at it so much that it had caused like a little like infection because he had gotten down into the skin. So we have to give him little like Epsom soak. We're supposed to be giving him Epsom soak baths.
Have you done that yet?
No.
Oh my God.
Well, they said that's just like an extra thing you could do to like make it heal. But he's on a steroid and he's on something to heal the yeast, whatever.
Well, he's got a yeast infection?
Yes.
Have you ever had one of those?
No.
No, not yet. Not today.
No. I'm clean. Clean as a whistle.
Clean as a whistle. So then what was wrong with Ace?
He had a yeast infection in his ear.
What is going on?
I know.
Everybody's making bread around here. They're taking bread Jesus too far.
We were so concerned about Lemmy being weird that we never even thought to like check Ace's ears.
Oh, it's always something, these dogs. So then it was basically $2,000 later.
Yep.
And then we got to take Domino in for teeth cleaning. That'll put us at the $2,000, I think, right?
Yep.
Did they say how much that was to clean the teeth?
I think it's like 800 because they put him under.
Oh, God.
They like put him out for it.
I am just doling money left and right. And then, of course, I leave town. And my Ford Fusion, we got to get the oil change done. It's time. But it's been really loud in the front. So there's something wrong there. It's loud. We got to get that fixed. Then our Jeep Commander, Angie took that while we were gone. The check engine light came on for some reason. So, of course, that is.
I should go fire it up and see. Because sometimes it'll just come on.
No, I fired it up to move it because I couldn't get the car in when I came home. You had it too far back, so I couldn't get in it. So I had to get out. It was a whole thing. I just really wanted to do it when I got home from a 14-hour drive or whatever. Anyways, check engine light on that one. And then the Jeep Compass, which I took, is due for an oil change. Shouldn't have anything wrong with it. It's a brand new car. We just hit 10,000 miles on it, though. So got to take that in for an oil change. Lord. Got to get the Wagoneer. I need to get a new battery for the Wagoneer. And then the Wrangler's due for a checkup. So
and that one part came off.
Yeah, the body mount came off. So I got to fix that, too. It's not that hard. But I bet you there's...
Just like our dogs, all our cars have issues.
I bet you now, I had just to get all this maintenance done on these vehicles, there's $3,000 right there. $2,000 on those. There's $5,000. It's just money is flying.
Nobody can afford this life.
I can't afford this life.
I think the more money you bring in, the more money it's like...
And it was
more money, more problems.
It was. More money, more problems. That's what Tosh said. And then I did go through and I did a lot of so hard to say goodbyes. Patreon members should get those earlier. When I had a week vacation, I was cleaning up stuff, some doubles, some just stuff laying around. Took those to our friends, Jay's Toys and Games. I got almost $4,000 for that. It's like, gone. I was like, all right, $4,000. Gone.
Ugh,
long story short,
so defeating.
Long story short, join the Patreon. Oh my gosh. I don't know. You know what I always hear is, Kyle, you got a job, you're working, you can afford it. Can I? I don't know, but
that sounds like your dad.
That's who said it. But Angie, and then you went to Hinterland as well, which was a music festival. You only went to one night. Anything you want to share from that festival?
Lots of rain.
Lots of rain.
We had to park really far away. We had to walk for 2 miles.
Who did you see?
We went and saw
How was it?
Cat's Eye was the main one we went and saw.
Okay.
It was great. It was great.
Riveting
it was
concert.
Amazing.
It was a riveting concert experience. They played all your songs.
Elle got to bring a friend.
There you go.
They both cried.
Oh.
Just emotional.
Just emotional tears.
Ugh. Just so excited.
Well, I think we all feel like we were there at this point. Angie just describes it so well. So well. You give
but Elle and her friend were looking so cute. The local paper took their picture and put it in
true.
there.
They were in the register. That's right. It's crazy. Mm-hmm. So, wild times. Well, in more exciting concert news, last weekend, I did do something very exciting I've been wanting to do, I've been talking about for a while, but a good friend of the channel's Real Big Fish did reunite last weekend, and they were streamed live online, which was awesome to see. Been wanting Real Big Fish to get back together forever. We used to go to their shows all the time. Goes back to my early junior high days, listening to them and Rancid about the same time. I love Real Big Fish, so very happy to see them. Hoping, Angie, they go on tour, we get to see them in the next year or so. I would bet that will happen. So
cute.
Very excited for Real Big Fish. Used to take Elle to the Real Big Fish shows as well, so that should be very good.
I think I got a little cough being caught in that rain.
Oh, a rain cough.
We stood in the rain for 5 hours.
Well, the last thing for housekeeping, though, before I watched that Real Big Fish show last weekend, Angie, I was extremely excited because I finally got to go to the Brazilian steakhouse, Angie.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody else came with me. It was just me and my buddy Justin. We went there, and I put a hurtin' for certain on that buffet or
And
whatever
I was
you call
nice.
it.
I looked up and got you a coupon.
She did. She got us a coupon. Saved me like $20, so that was good too.
Hey, I'm
but
not short. I just slouch.
that's right. You look good. You look good. You look good when you stand up straight. You look good when
I
you
have
stand up
terrible
straight.
posture.
You do. You're going to be an old hunchback lady is what you're going to be. But the Brazilian steakhouse was hitting hard. Man, it was good. And every time I go, Angie, you know what's weird? I always have to do it twice because I immediately want to go back the next day. That's something about me. Whenever I have a good meal or something else.
You're like that in the bedroom. You always need it twice.
Yeah, just 2 times in a row, and then I'm done. And
Then you
I
can take a few days off.
I can take a few days off, but that's what it is. But the but the Brazilian steakhouse, I literally need to go there one more time. I would love to go there this week just to go, and then I could be done with it for 6 months
Maybe a
to a
lunch,
year.
and then I can just do a salad bar.
I feel like they don't do lunch there anymore.
Oh, I thought
Maybe they do.
And it was like cheaper.
It used to be. I don't know if they do anymore, but I could go back one more time. So we'll see. We'll see what happens there. So that's it, Angie. There's a lot going on in that segment there, but we got more to talk about here. We got a kind of a sad story time with Kyle, and story time with Kyle this week brought to you by Jafu Eyewear. Use the link in the description or code Kyle Peterson. Save yourself 10%. Pick up some eyewear along the way, Angie. But now it's time for story time with Kyle. All right, Angie, it's time for story time with Kyle, and this is a bit of a sad one here. It's been in the news. Angie, you remember the Ice Bucket Challenge?
I'm sad already.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yep. ALS.
ALS, okay. And you hear about Rebel from wrestling. That's where it's kind of came up as of late.
Okay, no. But
So she was a wrestling manager, wrestler. She'd been around a long time, but she'd start having some voice issues and all this kind of stuff.
Oh, yep.
Which was weird because I immediately knew, like, I think she has ALS. And, like, she was posting all this stuff saying, I don't know what's wrong. And we're trying to figure it out.
It was like that local lady on our news. Remember how
Oh,
she was
yeah.
talking weird? Everyone thought she was going to have a stroke or something.
I forgot all about that
And
one.
she found out that's what she had.
Lou Gehrig's disease is what I knew it as a little kid, of course. Me being around in the Gehrig days, no, not really. But I was aware of it. But I got a strong punch in the face with Lou Gehrig's disease, ALS. And I really think that's about the worst way to go because it's like the slowest thing. And to see somebody go through it is pretty crazy. There's no doubt about it. So Rebel is going through that from wrestling. So they've been doing ice bucket challenges. They've had a lot of awareness. I think they're going to have like an ALS night for AEW. So they're doing all they can, but it is a terminal disease and people get worse every day. It usually starts with your speech and then eventually you move to the wheelchair and it's the whole thing. It's just the worst of the worst. And hopefully it doesn't happen to any of us. That's for sure. Maybe hopefully it happens to Angie. I don't know.
I'll ice bucket challenge you though if you really want me to.
You want to go do the ice bucket challenge? You'll be cutting glass in no time. There's no doubt about that with that ice bucket.
I love it. I love taking a cold shower. So
Well, maybe we'll do a little ice bucket challenge for Angie. Get her out there.
How do you think I get the skin so glowy?
Oh my gosh, you get some of that special medicine is what you get.
Oh,
But Angie, I'm going to tell you about my first ever run-in with ALS was when I
thought you said with the police.
the police for
With
sure.
the police.
That was when I got in a fight in like junior high, and then the cop pulled us out, separated us, stuff, and I was ready to put the finisher on this kid, and he said, you know, you can get away with doing this kind of stuff now, but just a couple more years, you'd be thrown in jail. Story for another day. But when I was a younger man, when I was a manager for the Nabisco Corporation at the time, like any job, your new manager, they put you with somebody that has the same job to train for a little bit. Here's how I do my scheduling. Here's how I do this. Here's how I do this report. So there was a guy I needed to learn from, and his name was Jeff, and he lived out in Nebraska. So I went to Nebraska for a week. Angie barely doesn't remember this. I barely remember this. But went out there for a week and worked with Jeff. Went in stores, did things, worked with him, all that. Came back a week later, worked with him again. And we had a conference call around that time with my boss and all the other managers and stuff. And Jeff sounded a little strange. He was slurring his voice in the conference call a little bit. And it was a little bit noticeable, I thought at the time too, but I didn't know anything about it. This was the first time I ever was around somebody, and he didn't know he had ALS. We'll get to that here. Story time with Kyle, of course. But he was slurring it, and our boss at the time, called HR and all this. Do you remember this story at all? Called HR, and she thought he was drunk because
That's what I was gonna say.
He liked to drink. He was a party guy. Whenever we had team function meals stuff, he'd always kick some back. So he kind of had that vibe to him. People thought of that. But she basically was accusing him from being drunk at work, which I had never seen him drunk at work ever. And I remember it was kind of a big brouhaha saying, yeah, he's not drinking all this. And he was very offended by it and all this stuff. He's like, I don't drink at work and all this. But some of the other managers said, the manager he worked with, not me, but a different one, said, there is something going on. Your voice is something. You should just go get that checked out or whatever. Mm-hmm. So he went to the doctor, got it checked out. And you hear the story of Rebel. You hear the news lady from our area. It took them forever to figure it out. They figured it out immediately on him. So apparently they had doctors that must have been more privy to that in the past or whatever it was. But it came back that, hey, he has ALS. And that's what it was. So very rough. Obviously, that's a death sentence. And then the worst part of that, too, is for me, and that's what I always remember out of this was you like have a death sentence. You're going to live 2 years, maybe at best, whatever the time frame is. It varies by individual. But you have to keep working because the medicine and all the health care for that is so expensive. It's not like you can just say, hey, I got 2 years left. I'm going to quit my job. I'm going to enjoy my kids. He had 2 little girls at the time, a wife. It's like you want to enjoy him, hang out, but nope, he's got to work. He's got to do all this work and stuff. So I remember just thinking and working with him, being on conference calls, like he's working, but he doesn't want to be working. But kudos to him. He did it until he couldn't work anymore. Even got to the point where he couldn't even talk at all, but he was still doing like spreadsheets and passing stuff and doing that. And then eventually he went to the short-term, long-term disability, and that's where he carried everything out. He went to a wheelchair. There was a benefit for him because, as you can imagine, even with insurance, it's super expensive. We know how that is. You go to the doctor and it's a fortune. So
America.
Yeah, even with insurance, it's a fortune. So I remember they had a benefit, and this was after he was on short-term or whatever, so I hadn't seen him for 6 months. And, of course, I went to the benefit. I don't know why you didn't go. I think I went with Fred. That's probably why, but Fred and I went. That was a mentor of mine who did pass away.
Maybe Elle was a baby or something.
Probably. Yeah, it was around that time. We had a small kid. So Fred, my mentor at the time, who has since passed away too.
Ugh.
Old Fred. Miss Fred. But went over there to his benefit, and they had a big thing, a dinner, and then a band played. He liked hard rock, and he was an Irish guy. He loved Notre Dame. I remember that was one of the things before he got real bad. He went to Notre Dame. He went through the whole tour, and he met Lou Holtz, and Lou Holtz sent a message to the fundraiser thing. He was a big donor for that whole thing. But it was sad when he came out in his motorized wheelchair. He could no longer talk. I mean, it looked like Stephen Hawking. It's just rough because the worst part of it though is your brain is like normal.
Yeah.
But you have nothing to. That's just the worst. It's just the worst.
I'd want you to just kill me.
And I will. I'll be done with you. I'll be moving on. It'll make an
My
accident.
sister's a nurse. We could get access to some stuff.
We'll make it look like an accident, and I'll be on wife number 2 at that point. I'll be moving on. And I'm going blonde this time, Angie. No offense.
Make sure all that insurance money's in order.
That's right. Get all that lined up. But it was sad to see him go down there. It's just a terrible disease. And, it's great that they're bringing focus to it. But, man, how are they going to cure this thing? I'm hoping with this AI and all this, they can get this cured because none of us want that for sure. So what a downer for a story time with Kyle, Angie.
Oh, God. You'd think they could slow the progression.
That's what it is. The medicine does slow it down a little bit, but obviously nothing to the max or whatever.
It's crazy.
You got anything to add? You ever met anybody with ALS?
I don't know, but autoimmune stuff's crazy. That can just trigger all these random things in your body. Like your hair will fall out.
Yeah, the stress is getting me, Angie. I got 2 white hairs, 2 gray hairs up here.
You have a bunch of grays.
No, I have 2. I just have 2 right here. That's all.
I think I found one up here, though. I usually only get a couple right in these little baby hairs.
I thought you got them down low.
But you were saying that the other day.
Great. Oh my God, no.
It's like they're not dark anymore. It's like they're not this color anymore. It's like they're.
That's what happens.
It's like they're like this color now.
Oh, Angie. Never change, never leave. But there it is. A downer of a segment. We're going to try to raise it up. We're going to try to rise to it like a young kiss. It's time. Brought to you by Deutsch Stacking Dough. Link in the description down below. It's time to...
The cough's back. We love you, Deutsch. We love you.
It's time to try new foods because they might taste good.
Try a little bit of this and a little bit of that. A little bit of this and a little bit of that. We gotta try new food because
It's time to try new foods because they might taste good. And Angie, I need some food in me. I have not eaten today. I am feeling not myself. I think I need a Snickers. But I don't think you brought a Snickers today.
But I did bring a sweet treat.
What do you got for us, Angie?
Okay. Pepperidge Farms Maggie's apple pie.
Oh, apple pie. Angie, you know how much I love my apple pie, and I love it warm.
Oh my god.
I love it warm.
I might as well just pull out a whole, like, whatever, what would you call this?
Yeah.
Because you're going to
That's
eat
good.
it all.
I'm going to eat a couple of these in between segments here because I am really
They
dying.
smell good. They smell.
Uh-oh. Angie, I just got a message from good friend of the channel, Jeff George. And right now, as we're filming this, the LJN WWE Superstars are supposed to go on the Target app right now.
Oh.
They have not yet. So we're going to do this segment, and then we'll check back on that. But
It smells like
Let's-
a pie from, like, the orchard. Like, it smells like a
I don't
good
smell
pie.
anything.
You can't smell like that right there?
No.
That's cinnamon.
It's
and
lattice. It's lattice.
That's what it's called. I was trying to think. Ooh. This
Well,
one's quite thin. I'm going for this one. She's thick.
130 calories per cookie.
Thick.
Or per 2 cookies, 130.
They're so cute.
I need it, though. I've had nothing to eat. I've
They
had
look
two.
like a little Ritz.
I've had 2 Monsters, a Diet Mountain Dew, and that was it today. Oh, and I had a Fairlife chocolate milk.
Mm.
That's all I've eaten today. All right, let's get this done. Soft. I was expecting a hard cookie. Oh, yeah.
So good.
This hits the spot. It's got that very tart apple aftertaste, too.
It's like crunchy, but soft crunchy.
And I love apple pie. The only thing I like more is those raspberry Linzers from Pepperidge Farm.
Man, they nailed that taste, though. It's very cinnamony.
Home run.
Mm-hmm.
This is the best try new foods we've had in quite some time.
We might need to go buy a couple more bags. They're good. They're good through November.
Very good. Maggie's apple pie. Who's Maggie?
I like her, though.
What's your apple pie like, Angie?
You know you love my warm apple pie.
Yeah. You eating another one too?
Uh-huh.
Angie getting after it here. Getting crumbs all over.
So good.
All right, Angie. If we had to rate this out of 5, what are we doing?
I'm giving it a 5. So good.
I'm giving it a 4.9 out of 5. I think a lot of that is though because I'm
We're
absolutely
hungry.
starving. But
It's
nice
really good.
soft cookie where they're usually a little harder. Very nice tart apple flavor and cinnamon. I absolutely love this.
It's weird how that's like soft, but also has a crunch. I can't explain how they did that, but the filling is good. Muy bien.
Kudos to Pepperidge Farm. I don't say that very often, let me tell you.
Yum.
You know my hatred for Pepperidge Farm. A lot of blood feuds, a lot of wars in the aisles back in the day.
They got a new like white chocolate line that's like they have strawberry, mango.
I can't wait till I officially retire because then, as the kids say, I'm going to spill the tea on all these companies. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to tell you all about them. When I got no blowback possibilities. I'm gonna just going to get it all out there. Pepperidge Farm, you're coming for you.
All the skeletons.
There's like a young anthrax, skeletons in the closet. But there it is, Angie. Let's try new foods because it might taste good. But now we got a segment that comes and goes. It's time for some angry comments. All right, Angie, we got some angry comments to deal with. And in a plot twist, we did get all the LJN figures pre-ordered, Angie.
Yeah.
We did in between here. We went there, we got them. Angie worked her magic on Target. I sent her the link. She ordered. It was always right with the
And
world.
you finished another sleeve of cookies.
I finished a sleeve of cookies. I feel a little bit better now. But Angie, we're back to some angry comments. We don't get too many, but we like to shed some light and talk about them every once in a while. And this one, thankfully, Angie, wasn't directed at
I was
you.
going to say.
But there was one the other day directed at you. They said your feet are gross, and I forget what else the guy said. And it was like he totally missed the joke. And then he said something about, I don't know, I'll save it for the Q&A video is what it is. But anyways, this one comes to a great friend of the channel, obviously. Never commented before. Only comment he's ever done. Ty Leaper-R1E. He's a leaper is what he is. But Ty Leaper. And it says, serious question. So by saying serious question, we really, truly understand it is a serious question. Grown adults watch wrestling and buy wrestling toys. Seems kind of weird. To each their own, I guess. So that's old Ty Leaper's entry into society right here.
Like, how did he get here?
That's what I'm wondering. So it's really weird. And you get these comments all the time. Not all the time, but once, twice a year. you need to grow up. You're collecting toys or whatever. Like, just weird stuff. Like, somebody totally oblivious to the whole world, that there is a whole collector's aspect to it. There's collectors of young and old across the board. And there's people that enjoy this stuff. And he just wants to poo-poo on it all, Angie, is what he wants to do. But what's weird to me is when people comment this, it's like, and I should respond back to this and say, even more serious question. Grown adults watch people unboxing wrestling action figures on YouTube that don't collect or don't follow wrestling.
Too much.
Like, that's very strange too. Like, grown adults watch wrestling and buy wrestling toys seems kind of weird. Is it even weirder if you're watching a grown adult unbox it at this point for this guy? Like, apparently he doesn't watch wrestling or buy toys, but he watches a guy do it? That seems even stranger of a thing to me.
Just say you must be new here.
I don't know, but Ty Leaper. But we like to show one of these angry comments every once in a while. So old Ty Leaper -R1E, he got his 15 minutes of fame or whatever you want to call it here. But kudos to the real ones that leave the nice comments, the good comments. And we're going to read one of those as we do a giveaway for the ECW book here later on in this very episode. But
I guess you got to give it to Ty. That could have been a lot worse.
It could have been worse, but it's so weird. He thinks he's just the coolest guy ever. I mean, he's just too cool for school with a comment like that. Instead of coming out all flames on, he's trying to be really cool about it. But let's be honest, Ty's an idiot.
If he met you in person, he'd poop his pants.
Oh, man. That's the thing is, like, I love it. That's one thing I do love, and I've never had it where people talk a bunch of crap online or even on email or phone, and then guess what? Kyle knocks at their door for work and shows up there, and everybody's always my best friend when I see him in person. And I always say, so, you're a telephone tough guy, huh? And then I always throw that out there because there's nothing I love more than a good fight, Angie. I love it. I love to throw down at a moment's notice. So I'm not going to throw the first punch. I don't want to get in trouble, but I'll throw the last one for sure. And I have many times.
Kyle just cut you with his words.
I'll get you. But I would love it. And I've seen a few people too in person that have like done nasty comments on stuff. And like at San Diego Comic-Con, they come up to me and they tell me who they are. And for some reason, I remember right away. I said, oh, and then they just back down. So it's so fun. It's so fun. But anyways, that's enough angry comments, Angie. It's time for a few final thoughts. All right, Angie, it's time to bring it on home with a few final thoughts.
I look small again.
With episode 71 here today, Angie. As we got to give away a copy of the book, I said we would do it for episode 69 in honor of that. So I asked for your guys' questions. I did ask for questions for a Jeff Jarrett giveaway on the YouTube channel and weekly purchases. So I got a whole bunch of questions. Angie and I got some job stuff in September. We got some things coming up. We're going to film some Q&A episodes that we might use in case we can't make this episode. And it could be episode 80, the all Q&A episode or something. Just planning ahead. If not, we'll use them as just Q&A videos on the channel eventually. But thank you to everybody that sent a question, comment in, all points in between. And appreciate you. Appreciate you, Angie.
You're welcome.
There you go. But the winner is, and I picked this one myself, and it is a guy I've been chatting with here recently, a long-time viewer of the channel, long-time supporter of the channel. He usually just sends me messages, but he doesn't comment very often. So I said kudos to him. He is enjoying SummerSlam weekend. I wish I could have been up there to meet him in person. But this is Chris Rogers, longtime viewer of the channel, as I said. And Chris actually lives in Alabama, not too far from where the Powertown Distribution Center is. And longtime viewers of the channel know every week in the toy news, I do cover the Powertown update of the week. And we had Chris on scene knocking at the door, asking about where the Powertown figures are. And they said they have no idea. We're rooting for them to get here as well. We want to ship them, but that's all we do. We're not the business. We just ship them for them. And we're waiting too. So Chris Rogers is a real one. He's getting the copy. He's getting the copy of the book. But his question here, good friend of the channel, Chris Rogers here. Question, if you had to give up one thing, would it be White Monster energy drinks or pizza? You can only keep one.
Pizza.
Angie, what would I drop?
You'd get rid of pizza. There's no way you couldn't do the Monster.
Angie, you know me all too well.
That's your
you
baby.
know me very intimately,
That's your
apparently.
little baby.
Now, you asked this 5 years ago, it would have been White Monster all day long. I would never give up pizza. I love pizza so much. I'm craving pizza right now. And in a plot twist, Angie's going to order pizza after this, and we're going to watch SummerSlam, or I'm going to watch it by myself like a loser in the basement eating pizza by myself.
I might go mow the lawn. I might at least mow the back.
Are you going to tonight after you eat pizza?
I was thinking I'd order the pizza, mow the back, and then eat the pizza, and then I'll let you handle the front.
You are always all about that back.
The back door.
She loves it. She loves it. But you might want to do the front because I haven't cleaned up from the dogs all week.
Okay.
So, anyways, we'll talk offline on that. But Angie, 5 years ago, it would have been Monster all day long. I dabbled in the Monster. I only drink, out of all energy drinks, the white can Monster is all I can touch. That's all I can touch. I can't do anything else. I don't like anything else. And I don't drink.
He doesn't like it too flavored or sweet, I think is that.
I don't know. And I don't think Monster does anything to me. I like the flavor of the white Monster. Caffeine does nothing to me at this point. I could take a Monster before bed and just go straight to bed. It wouldn't do anything to me. But I like the flavor of that one. Now, here's the deal with pizza. I can eat pizza every single meal. I went like a year eating pizza every single day for one of my meals every single day when I was in college. It was a great thing. I love pizza. I am known as the pizza king in many circles. I've had every pizza near and far, reviewed them for many a years, and then I gave that game up. And there's still people that say, how's the pizza king doing? Because I'm known as the pizza king, at least in this state, of course. But nowadays, it really sucks for me because my whole family basically hates pizza and they will rarely eat pizza, where I could eat it every single day. So
we want it like once a month.
We want it once a month.
Yeah, we don't crave it.
And I crave it on the daily, of course. I need pizza. So I've been weaning myself off pizza for this last 2 years.
We should have flipped that and weaned you off the Monster.
I guess. So now, every morning, I have to start my Monster, and then I usually...
it's like a cigarette.
I start my morning with a Monster, I drink that, and then I give about a half hour in between, and then I get a second Monster.
It's your fridge cigarette.
And that's how I kick off my day of long conference calls, meetings, and arguments, is what I do. So, Monster I need at this point, and it's something you could do by yourself, a Monster, where a pizza is more of a family affair, because I can't just order a large pizza and eat the whole thing. I'd be 1,000 pounds. I couldn't fit it. It would just be a whole thing. It would get more expensive. So, long story short, if anybody wants to sponsor the channel with Monster or pizza, I'm in. But the Monster would still work working from two sides on that Monster sponsorship. It's a lot of work. It shouldn't be as much work as it is, but it is. And I don't want to do a Celsius. I don't want to do an Alani. I don't want to do a Rockstar. I just want my white Monster, and I want to get it for free is what I want. Just give me 2 cans a day. I don't need any money. I don't need just 2 cans. And I know these companies, how they work. It's like 10 cents is all that costs them. It's like 20 cents a day, free advertising. Come on. My name is Kyle. That goes very well with Monster drinkers. Kyle and Monster go side by side.
It's in your blood.
Anyways, somebody send this to Monster. What are we doing? But I would have to give up pizza, and I'm sad about that because I love pizza so much. But that's what I would have to do, Angie. So there it is. That is the question of the week. And Chris, I'll reach out to you. I'll get you a copy of this book. I'll even autograph it if you want to. Yeah, if you want to. If you don't, that's fine too. It's fine too. You don't have to. It probably devalues the book, I'm sure. But who knows? Angie's got that cough. It's like early 2026.
That rain got me.
It's early 2026, late 2025 all over again, Angie. But there it is. That is episode number 71, Angie. Did we get it all covered?
Yes.
Did we get it? Is there anything else you need to add?
I can't remember what we talked about, though.
Angie, now it's time. Of course. What did we learn today? What did we talk about? Come on. You'd think when this segment starts, you would start like mentally preparing. I'd be like, okay, what?
The harder I try to think on something, the more it just goes away.
Keep thinking, but nothing happens.
You went on a business trip. ALS.
Oh, I got that on the trip.
I went to Hinterland.
She went to Hinterland.
Took the dogs to the vet.
Yep.
We got a mean comment.
Who?
We got a mean comment.
Oh, I think so. We met comment. I thought we met comment. I was, who's comment? Is that dog at the vet?
Tai.
You got one more? No, she doesn't.
I'm going to mow the lawn.
She's going to mow the yard. I don't think she will, but we'll see. We'll see. So there it is, Angie, for episode number 71. Tell everybody goodbye in your own special way.
Bye.
Well, are we going to dance or are we going to play?